Hey guys, here's the finished blade. It's all ready to attach to my knife. I put that groove in here. It's going really tight. I don't want to split this, so I'm going to saw this out more. That's going to go way up to here, the blade. I want something, sturdy that I'm half hanging onto the blade when I'm actually, using it. So, less chance of breaking it from the blade. So I'm going to saw that out and such. But there's my blade, all finished. That's the bone blade I was working on. And it's not real sharp yet, but I've actually shaved off some wood with it and such already. But if you guys want to see, how good these knives are, um, check out the video, Stone versus Bone, I believe it is. The ultimate knife cutting test or something like that there, and you'll see how well these work. He carves up the hind end of a deer with one of these bone knives. It works good. Anyway, I'm gonna cut that out more, and when that's fitting better I will get back to you. This is a maple handle, by the way. I just went out and harvested. Well, here we go, guys. That's the way that's going to come out over. Then I can wrap this with sinew right across here. I got artificial sinew to work, but this is right back to there. So when I grip this knife, you can see how far the blade's going to be down into my hand, and that's what I wanted. This here is an extra long handle, of course. I'll cut it off when I'm all finished. But now it's time for... I've got spruce pitch that I'm going to make into glue. There's a little bit of pine mixed in with it, but I just went out and collected a whole bunch of just spruce. And you basically make it the same way as you do the pine resin. And, well, I'll show you a unique way that I actually haven't seen. I went and Google searched it and found a site that's pretty cool how to strain your pitch and such and make the glue. So there she is. Back to you in a bit. Okay guys, this is what I've gotten so far. This here is a pop can I put a whole bunch of holes into, and this is just an old spaghetti can. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put the resin inside this can here, and I'm going to light it on fire. And as it will melt and drip down through. That basically strains all the debris and stuff out of your resin. So as soon as you do that, you can add your charcoal. And I actually went and what you do is you go and you find this is deer scat, deer dung, and where I found that is I went for a walk in the woods this morning, and you walk on trails that they travel, because a deer just lifts his tail and lets it go, kind of thing. So walk on trails and such, and you should be able to find them. I've got the handle somewhat done up the way I want to, and of course it's still long. I can cut it off to any length after I'm done with that. But first off is to get this pine resin melted down, and then I got to crush this charcoal up, and I've got to crush that up. That's kind of wet, so I think just for now I'm going to just melt this down, and I'm going to light this on fire, and we'll see how this works. I got quite a bit of spruce sap today, and this has some pine in it, and I believe the spruce also. I got this years and years ago, but I don't think that's going to be enough for my job, so I'm going to make all this up. And I looked through a lot of videos and looked online and such, and the ratio I'm going to use is basically 4 parts resin, 2 parts charcoal, and 1 part dung. And what so basically you use half as much charcoal as you have resin, and then you use half as much dung as you have charcoal. So I'm gonna have to measure this out and stuff afterwards, but first thing first is to find out how much resin I have, and then I'll be able to know how much charcoal to make and dung. So I'm gonna light this on fire and I'll get back to you in a couple. Hey guys, as you can see, I've lit this, and now I just let it melt down and drip down through, and just keep throwing in pieces. The only problem is this: you do lose a little bit of resin by doing it this way, but other than that, you get clean resin. And also, this is the only fire you need, kind of thing, right? And if you can see that, I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but that's just pouring down through there. And this is actually a fast way to do this, so it says. So I believe it is, because that's just pouring down through there, just melting like you wouldn't believe. And I'm gonna keep dropping this in here, and we'll see what we get when I'm finished. Alright guys, I've got that cooking there. I'm gonna try to lift this up some. Lift it right out. You can see there it's working, and of course that's getting hot, one-handed, and all, but it's working. It's dripping down through there and such, and I just got to keep adding to it. So when this is all finished, I'll show you the finished product. Hey guys, that's out now, and you can see in here just all this hard like crap in there and stuff. It's just all char. Down here we have some very nice resin. Now it's starting to cool off, cools off, so I may have to heat it up some, but here you go. This is the charcoal that I've gotten done up, and I use this rock on here to crush it up, and that's my dung. It's a little wet, so not sure if I should use that right now or not, but that's it. And now I gotta mix about, some say charcoal half as much as, 1-to-1 basically. As much resin you have, you use the same for the charcoal. I'm not sure, but if you look in here, you can see that other ring right down there. Basically, it's about halfway up that ring. If I fill that almost to that, or just below that ring along there, I think I should have enough. And then all I have to do is, well, I'll put some of that in there, I think. There we go, just getting some in there. This here should probably be crushed up a little better. Yeah, this is the first time I've done this, guys. I'll put some more in there. Okay. I'm sure that's probably enough. It's not quite, it's about halfway up. So I'm going to wait on the dung right now, but that's my charcoal. And I'll heat that up and mix that up in before I put the other stuff in. So I'll get back to you in a bit. Hey guys, this is cooled down. I've added the charcoal, and now you can use whatever. You can put it inside fire on the coals, whatever, to heat this up, stir it in. But I'm going to use my alcohol stove. This is one that Trailhound gave me, and what I'm going to do is just kind of heat it up, and I'll watch the temperature, because, well, some people say you shouldn't boil it, others say they boil the crap out of it. So Well, I'm just gonna heat it up enough that I can swirl this charcoal into this. Okay guys, this is cooking this up pretty quick and melting this down. Like I said, I'm just gonna take it to the point that it's just melted enough to stir it in. It's all melted there now, so I can add my deer poo now. So I'm gonna go get that. Right back. Okay guys, got that melted down. I'm gonna add some of this deer urine now. Young fellas out here with me. Only gonna put, you don't have to put a whole lot of this in, 1 part kind of thing, so that should be enough right there. And I mix that up, and that should be enough. Like you can see that's almost boiling by itself. But this here that's the glue, and I'll get back to you after this cools down a little bit and gets sticky. Then I can put it on the sticks. Hey guys, this is what I got left over. I can heat that up and get more out of it if I want to in a future time. But these are the 3 sticks I just coated. And what you do is you stick it in there, roll it around, and put it in the water to cool it. And then you can shape it, and then put it back in, roll it around, get more on it, put it over, put it back into the water. And I got 3, you know, that's going to last me a while. So that's my spruce pitch, and well, now I guess it's time to put the handle on.